Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's me, E Major, and this is 25 Days of Affirmation Vlogmas edition. And now I know if you guys been following me for a while, you may have thought that I wasn't going to come back with another video. I'm going to be consistent. I'm going to show you how things do too. I'm going to be consistent. This is something that I really want to do, so that's when I'm going to do it. I hope you guys have been touched positively with the last two videos that I put out there with those affirmations. I know that we all can relate to the things that I was saying, so I'm appreciative that you came back. You came back for another one or what have you. I hope everyone is doing great, by the way. I hope you all are doing great. I'm going to get right into it. Today's affirmation is, I always have my paper on the side. I am not my past. I would not let my past dictate my future. I would not be a product of my past. Okay, a lot of people have come from broken homes or bad environments or have been influenced by individuals that didn't have any good intent. And they may have changed their life for the better. But it seems as though the negative always trumps the positive, no matter where you go. If you cause havoc when you were a teenager, people are going to expect you to have that same mentality. That just is what it is. But you have to tell yourself, I'm ready for a change. I'm ready to evolve. I don't want to be known as that person that I was back in the days. Because some people will hold you to it. They will hold you to it because they can't see past it, because maybe you have hurt them in such a way that they won't and never will see past it. But you have to constantly try to prove yourself. And I know it's like, no, I don't want to have to prove myself to anyone. If you don't believe that I have changed, then that's on you. Then that's on you. I know most of you guys feel like that. And that is true. But, which is true, you really don't owe anyone anything to prove that you're not the person that you weren't. They could just go by your actions. And maybe you don't live near them or you're not around them all the time. But when you do come around, the only thing they could think about is the past. I always have to give some type of example. So here I go. Now, my family, I would admit, because of me wanting to come out and having these different anxieties when I was younger, because I have always known I was gay. If this is not something you want to hear, feel free to fast forward. But I knew I was gay, and I had all these I had all these anxieties build up inside of me. And every day I was trying to find a way to blanket the feelings that I was having for the same sex. And so at times I would have like an attitude, or I would keep to myself. I would stay in my room, or, things like that. Or I always had something to say. Those family members that is like, oh my gosh, you always have something to say. Be quiet. That was me. I didn't see that. I didn't see it until my family used to constantly say, my given name, you always have something to say. And I'd be like, no, I'm not. Because first of all, I was never the type of person that let someone say something to me that's going to hurt me, that's going to make me feel bad about myself. You know what I mean? I'm going to have to reciprocate the same, negativity you brought onto me. I'm going to bring it onto you. Let's get that straight. But anyway, the point that I was trying to make is that that's the type of person that I was. Kind of, I wouldn't say giving. I'm very giving now. Giving. I probably was a little selfish. The way I speak now with such positivity, I can't say that was who I was, because like I said, I had all these why I keep saying insecurities? I had all these anxieties, you know what I mean? That probably led to insecurity. That's probably why I keep on saying insecure. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes when you do act in those certain ways, it's because it's a form of insecurity, but that's another one. But yeah, so that's how my family see me. They see me as this person that you can't say nothing without her getting mad. You know what I mean? And I didn't blow up. I wasn't blowing up at people every minute I had an attitude. No, it wasn't like that. I wasn't walking around with an attitude all day, every day. No, it was just like certain things. I could have a general conversation with my family or friends or whatever. And once I'm finished with the conversation and somebody say something to me, it's like, what? You know, because I was done. But like I said, it was nothing against my family. But at any rate, fast forward, the other day, you've seen the video of the Thanksgiving video where my sister and I was at my aunt's house for Thanksgiving. And she had asked me what am I drinking, which I told her, I was like, no, you don't have to buy me anything to drink because I don't eat, their food because I'm vegan, so we don't eat the same thing. So she was like, no, I want to buy you something because you're coming over, and besides, you're not eating any of the food, so I want to make sure you have your own bottle. So I was like, okay. So I named something that I knew that was vegan and that everyone would drink. You know what I'm saying? I'm not selfish like that. I'm not gonna get something that I know no one's gonna drink. So I requested that bottle. So my sister brought the same bottle because she knew that's what everyone likes to drink. So when we got there or whatever, we chilled out for a bit, and my aunt, she made a cup for herself and a cup for my sister's father. And she was like, get your own. It's over there. You know how you are. I was like, how am I? Like, am I? Am I that person from the past that you think I still am? Like, and my sister says it to me all the time. She'll say something like, because you know who I am. And it's funny because now she looks at me differently. She's like, well, she's not the person that she is. Because it'd be a certain situation. You'd be like, well, you know how you are. And then when I don't showcase that behavior that I did in the past, then it's like, oh, I thought you were like that. You can't keep that past of who I am bottled up inside you. So when something happens, the first thing out your mouth is, you know how you are. No, I want you to say, you know how I was. I'm no longer that person. I'm no longer that person that you can predict my behavior. You can't predict my behavior. If you ask me a question, you can't predict my answer, my response. Because I'm a different person. Allow yourself to grow. You know what I'm saying? You're not a product of your past. You're not a product of your past. Just like people say you're a product of your environment, so I expect you to be in such a way. No. I'm from Harlem. I am from Harlem, which growing up, all I see was black people, things going on, blah, blah. Am I that person? I've never been that person, mind you. I've never been that person. I have never took on that personality. And besides, I don't have a addictive personality in the first place to even succumb to any of those things that people was doing out there. At the age of 14, while everyone was living their life and dating and stuff like that, always been a lesbian. So I didn't know any lesbians at 14. That was almost 30 years ago when I was 14. So it was like, what I would do is music was my refuge. You know what I'm saying? That was my refuge. That's what I used to go do, is just listen to music. I used to rap, so I used to be making my own beats and things of that nature. But to get back on it, stop looking at yourself and thinking to yourself, am I really still that person? Am I really still that person? If you keep thinking you are that person, you're going to show signs of your past. You are going to show signs of your past. I look at myself now. I'm way different than I was 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, hell, 30 years ago. I have evolved. I became cultured. I met people that were smarter than me, that took my level of intelligence higher. I have a collegiate background. So no, I'm not going to look at my past and how I was and how I handled things and bring that into my future. I won't allow my past to dictate my future. And I didn't have a bad upbringing, so this is not about upbringing. This is just about me and my anxieties due to my sexuality. That's it. If you were a person that was very sexual and you did a lot of things in your past that you feel that you're ashamed of, Stop revisiting that thought. Stop revisiting that past of your life that you wish you can rid of. Those memories are not memories that you should be dwelling on. Hell, you should be dwelling on the best, the better. We all have a past. We all have skeletons in our closet, no matter how perfect you think you are, because no one is perfect. No one is perfect. No one. So put your best foot forward. And stop looking back. That's the problem. And that's what, that is the problem. We look back too much. If we had like a bad past or whatever, we look back too much and we dwell on it, we dwell on it, we dwell on it. And it becomes a whole mental anguish. We mentally, excuse my language for the lack of better words, fuck ourselves up. And I don't even curse. And if I do curse, I always say, excuse my language. But that's what we do. We F ourselves up. And it eats us inside when we go revisit our past that we want to forget. Now, I'm not talking about if you was out there taking people's lives and stuff like that. That's a conversation for someone else. That's a conversation that you have to have with you and your higher power. I can't give you that conversation, but I can tell you this. Talk to the higher power. Ask him for forgiveness. And walk in that forgiveness. Walk in that forgiveness. And don't revisit that past. If you want to be forgived, don't walk in that past. If you were someone that was loud and always wanted to fight someone and let people control your emotions, but now you see the change in you. And change don't happen overnight, people. Don't think that it happens overnight. That does not happen overnight. It takes a while to change. And the crazy thing about it is, like in relationships, is someone keeps doing you dirty, 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 dirty. And you finally get the courage to leave. And the person calls you 3 days later and say, or however many days later, and say, I've changed. I'm a changed person. I'm better now. I'm better. You haven't changed. More time have to go into that. More time have to go into that. And some people would never change. No matter what obstacle, whatever, what's put in their face. Even sometimes people will bring a baby into this world then thinking that that's going to change a person. No, a person have to be willing and able to want to change themselves. You have to be willing to want to change yourself. I mean, people could ask you, and those people may be a part of the process. But only you can change yourself. So if you don't want to be considered, I mean, if you had a great past, of course, live in that. But if you had a type of past that you're embarrassed about, evolve from it. If you had a great past that involved a lot of good things or whatever, and people always see you as this great person or whatever, you walk in that path. You walk in that path. You know what I'm saying? That can be your future. That can dictate your future to be a good person. But how many people started off as good people? How many people started off good people, but now they're evil? Now they're evil. No, you should have let your past situation experiences dictate your future. Because how you go backwards? How you be this nice, kind person, but you know what? Sometimes in life things happen and it causes you to be bitter, and it causes you to be mean, and it causes you to have this negative outlook, and it causes you to be very temperament and want to jump at people for just looking at you or just saying something. But remember, you can always go back to that person. Remember, you can go back to that person. Just dig deep. Just dig deep. I hope that this affirmation helped anyone, because I'm doing these affirmation videos for my own therapy as well. When I get up here and I talk, these thoughts aren't premeditated. The only thing that is premeditated is the scraps of paper that I write the affirmation on. Actually, I write it in my phone. So that's the only thing that's premeditated. So it's helping me to perfect my speaking skills, to look at life in different ways, to just for the betterment of myself. It gives me hope. Just for the betterment of myself. I'll be touching on a lot of different of those things when I be doing the other affirmations, so I can't wait. I'm super duper excited. I am very super duper excited, and you know, although I have like little to none views on these videos, I am so optimistic that, you know, people are going to look for the positive word and they're going to come across my videos, and it's going to make a difference in their life. If not their life, someone else's life. And I'm so optimistic about that. Like, I get so excited when it comes to turning on the camera and just doing these videos. And when I see you guys commenting about how, you know, y'all like the videos and, you know, this and that and that and the third about these videos, it makes me happy. I get really happy, and I love commenting back with you guys. It's just, it's great. It's a great platform, and I love it. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, share, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend, so we can all be friends. Maybe some of my words can inspire someone to make a difference in their life or someone else's life, because that is what I want. That is why I'm doing these videos. Thank you all. And I'll be back tomorrow with another one. Oh, the day 2 video dropped late because I was having issues with my Wi-Fi, but that's another story, you know what I'm saying? So thank you everybody for joining E Major in 25 days of affirmation. And I'm out, y'all. I had some good old today. This is so delicious, y'all. If y'all never tried it, try it. Sparkling apple pomegranate. Yeah, juice. Peace.